Hey guys, welcome to the first Q&A with me. I thought I'd do this once a month so you can send in questions to for me to answer, so you can get to know me better as a person and hopefully as a YouTuber in later life. Right, let's get started. And I'm quite nervous about this as it's my first one. First question, best film that I've ever seen, and that's kind of a broad question because you can go from Hollywood to independent to foreign. For me, I'm going to stick with the Hollywood and foreign categories of for this question. For the Hollywood film, it would have to be The Avengers Assemble, as I'm quite a bit of a Marvel fan. But foreign film would be the French film District 13. Got David Bell in it. They've Americanized it. And they made it and they called it Brick Mansions. It's got Paul Walker in it. If you've watched it, it's a very good film. But watch the original. I believe the original was a lot better in aspects of it. But as a director and films in general, that would be Pedro Almodovar. If you don't know who he is, he's a Spanish director. Look him up. My advice is, if you want to watch some of his work, watch his later stuff before you see his earlier stuff, as his earlier stuff's a bit more out there and probably will freak you out a bit too much, so you wouldn't want to watch any of his films. That's my personal opinion on that. Two films from him you'd have to watch is All About My Mother and Talk to Her. Trust me, best films I've watched in a long time. Next question, favourite Muppet characters and why? For me, Animal, same as my mother, but I don't know why she likes him. But for me, it's Animal for me because 1, he's a mental case, and 2, he plays the drums, and 3, he's just funny overall. That's it, that's my thing on him. Favourite teacher at school? For people who don't know where I went to school, I went to Magdalen College School in Brackley, and my favourite teacher was my form tutor, and that was Dr. Dixon. He was a really lovely fellow. I need to catch up with some of the old teachers or old classmates, as I haven't seen him in nearly 5 years, which is kind of scary when you look at it. But hey, that's what happens when you leave school and go off to do different things. Favourite Spider-Man film? For me personally, I know it's the shittest one, excuse my French, out of the whole trilogy with Tobey Maguire, but it is number 3 just due to the fact that Venom is the bad guy. He's my favourite villain, so if you want to know who my favourite villain is as well, that's my favourite villain, Venom. There we go. Is this my real hair colour? No, it isn't. If you've seen my previous videos, my hair has been brown. I am dyeing it for a video that I am doing within the next couple of months. I'm dyeing it to a golden blonde, but I need to get the costume for the video itself, and that's the reason why I'm dyeing it at the moment. So I'll keep you up to date on how the video is going, and I hope to get it uploaded latest mid-July. That's how long it's going to take, because I need to get the costume and it's going to take a long time to get it delivered. And like I said, I'll keep you updated on Twitter and obviously through YouTube. That's on that question. This question isn't a really a question, but it's a challenge, and it's can you say how much wood would a woodchuck chop if a woodchuck could chop wood? Really fast, 8 times in a row. And okay, if you want me to do that, I'll do it. Right. How much wood would a woodchuck chop if a woodchuck could chop wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chop wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chop wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chop wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chop wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chop wood? There we go. Hope that made you happy. And finally, if you had to be a Game of Thrones character, who would you be and why? I'll let you into something. I may be a geek, but I don't watch Game of Thrones. You may not like me for it, but I just got bored. I tried watching the first episode. I got in half an hour into it and I just got bored. It should appeal to me beyond belief because it's sort of my thing, but it doesn't work for me at all, and I'm sorry about that, but that's my view on it. So I can't answer that question as a whole. If I watched it, I'll be able to answer it for you. that's it for my first Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got to know a bit more about me, and I hopefully will be able to do these a lot more. If you send in more questions, I'm sure I'll hopefully answer them for you, and I will see you next time.